The clone trail is the latest AI effect to be added to the Shot Lab library in the Insta360 1R app, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do it and give you some top shooting tips so you can get the best clone trail possible. This shot is only currently available on iOS, but hopefully it will come to Android really soon. The clone trail only requires one shot for the AI to work, and you can either create a straight line clone trail or a circular clone trail. So grab your Insta360 1R with your 360 mod, a selfie stick and a mini tripod. Set your camera to shoot 360 at standard speed at 5.7K. Place your camera on the selfie stick, ensure that it's straight, and then attach it to the tripod. Extend your selfie stick 1 or 2 sections, but be mindful of the wind and also how stable the ground is. For the circular clone trail, place the camera on the ground, press record, step 2 meters away from the camera and then move around the camera 2 times. Keep the distance between you and the camera to at least 2 meters and try and maintain that distance throughout the entire movement. Go around the camera more than once, but no more than 2 times. And you can either walk around, run around, or make different poses as you go. You only need 1 movement around the camera, but 2 gives us a little bit of overlap, and plus it means we can select different places where we want the clone trail to start from when we get it into Shot Lab and start editing it. When you're moving around the camera, slow your speed down slightly because we can always speed this up later in the app. This shot now pretty much edits itself, but there are some different options that we have and some choices and changes that we can make to make this video even better once we're in the app. So open up the app and select Stories, and now select Shot Lab and then select Clone Trail and press Use this theme. Now swipe on the screen and pinch to zoom in if you need to, and select yourself on the screen by pushing and holding with your finger. The AI will now detect and track you and process the shot. Once it's recognised you and processed the shot, you can then select low, medium or high clone density. So if you want high number of clones, you select high clone density, and if you want a lower number, you select low clone density, and medium's just somewhere in the middle. And once you're happy, then select Generate Clone Trail. You can also make changes to your edit to create a slightly different effect by pressing reverse. And you can change the speed of your final shot here from 1 times to 16 times speed. Remember, the faster you speed your shot up, the shorter your clip will be, and also, in my opinion, the less effective it will be if it's too fast. You can also experiment with the height of your monopod to give you a slightly different shot, but be careful in high wind and on uneven ground. The wider shot is more effective for the clone trail, but with the camera higher, you can move closer to the camera and it makes you bigger in frame and just gives you a bit of variation if you want to experiment. So the second way to create the clone trail is in a straight line. So take your camera and place it down in an open space and make sure one of the lenses is parallel to the line that you're going to walk along. You now need to press record and step 2 meters away from the camera. And now we're going to walk in a parallel line from one side of the camera to the other for around about 5 to 7 meters either side of the camera. Any further than that and you may just appear too small in frame, or you may have tracking issues. If your walk is too short either side of the camera, then this will result in a very short final video. If there's a particular movement you want to include in the clone trail, like a star jump for example, then make sure you repeat it several times, say 3 times within the movement, to give you a better chance that that movement will be frozen in the clone trail. Once you go past the camera, then you only see your back, so if you want to see more of your face, then turn around at that point. For both of these clone trail methods, you may get an error or you may not be able to process a shot if you do any of the following. If you are too far or too close to the camera, if your movement is inconsistent or you get closer to the camera than 2 meters, if you don't record for long enough, if your movement's too fast or too slow, or you just pause too much, if you exit the app during processing. Also make sure when you select yourself for tracking that you select yourself at the point where you want the clip to begin. If you select yourself when you've just hit the record button, then this will create a frozen clone right in front of the camera and the AI won't be able to track you left to right. To tidy up the start and the end of your shot, you can select the edit icon here and then select tweak and then trim. Press the left icon to trim the start of your clip by sliding in the slider, and then press the right icon and slide the slider to edit your endpoint. In the edit section you can also change your music track by selecting here and also change the aspect ratio by selecting here. If at any point you want to change the clone density or reselect the tracking, then you can press this reselect button here. The clone trail is one of those shots that really gets people talking and is really good for sharing on social media. You can tag me in your clone trail shots on Instagram at Insta360. You can watch these two videos next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.